Hi, welcome back to my channel, and this is a sound off of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So the episode starts off with Kenya doing a walkthrough of the venue where she's going to be having Little Brooklyn's third birthday party, and it's really cute, and the price is really cute as well. The party gonna run her about 10 to 15 grand, and she's like, for my little baby girl, I'll pay it. She mentions to the party planner, I believe, that she's going through a divorce and Mark isn't going to be helping her pay. Girl, you knew he wasn't going to help you pay. But, are we surprised? No, we're not. But anyways, she also mentions that, the custody portion of her divorce has gone through. She has physical custody of Brooklyn. So she ain't got to worry about that man coming trying to snatch her child, thank God. But this man's still holding up progress. I told y'all I don't want to hear too much about Mark, whatever. So Marlo joins Sheree during her workout, and apparently they share the same trainer. But isn't this the same trainer from like years ago? See, y'all be talking about Sheree don't pay her people, but why would he be still working with her all these years if she don't pay people? Anywho, so Marlo is still, she's asking Sheree about parenting advice. Like, how do you know if you're doing a good job? Now, Marlo, I love you, you're my girl, but it's starting to give self-produced. It's starting to give storyline. It's starting to give a little contrived. Like, girl, you got you a village, quit. You're doing a little, you laying it on just a little too thick now. Okay, let's. So Marlo lets Sheree know that she was talking to Kandi, and Kandi told her that Drew told her that her assistant told her that Sheree don't be paying people, and she didn't pay the assistant and all that good stuff, right? And so Sheree like, wait, she told you too, but she ain't called me and told me nothing. Okay, so Marlo want to know, well, Drew didn't call you? She was like, girl, nah. I guess. It's looking like to me that the assistant is mad with Sheree because Sheree hasn't brought him on this show. That's the vibe I'm getting. Because we done found out that the assistant is the same dude that was on Basketball Wives that caused the whole drama between Malaysia and Jackie, where he said that Jackie said that Malaysia kids was this, that, and the third, and Kristen was involved somehow. That's the same dude. This man messy. Y'all didn't... I don't like him. Anyways. So apparently Kandi's been working on Broadway. She has a play in the works. And I don't remember the guy who she was talking to. I don't know if he was an assistant, an agent. I don't know what he was. And I'm not going back to watch. However, he's coordinating Kandi's schedule. And Kandi lets him know, like, bro, you be booking me a little. You be ODing on the bookings now. I still got to eat and sleep and have a life. And as she's saying this, Todd walks in. Todd walks in and he's saying, I don't want to be another person that pulling on Kandi. So I try to be quiet about it, but she do be all over the place and it's, disrupting our lives. In the confessional, he feels the need to tell us about their sex life and how it's not, they're not doing what they usually be doing. We don't care, but okay. So Todd is complaining about feeling left out of Kandi's projects. Kandi switches it back on him and saying, oh, no. You working on a project right now, and you made sure that I'm not a part of it. You don't want me to executive produce alongside you, so you're the one leaving me out. And so pretty much Todd don't want her to be producer on his project because he's tired of all of us running our mouth, only giving Kandi credit and not putting no respect on his name. I'll give him that. I will definitely give Todd that. Yeah, we don't be putting no respect on your name sometimes, Todd, because you probably shouldn't do every damn thing with Kandi because Kandi is going to stand out and you're going to be, You're going to be in her shadow just a little bit. So I'm not mad at Tar for wanting to have his own project. And Kandi, you could write the theme song like he said, or you could do whatever else like he said. But he want to be executive producer on this alone. Kandi, you can let him have that. Your name ain't got to be on everything. But whatever. So Drew and this assistant child, they go shopping for Brooklyn's birthday present. And of course she brings up Sheree. And now see, Drew, you was making it seem like this man is coming back telling you Sheree's business. But bitch, you digging. Because why even bring Sheree up? He told you what he had to tell you. And now you're telling him, oh, I ran into Sheree and she was saying this and you had told me that. So he takes this as, you know, carte blanche to be like, yeah, well, Sheree was one of my really good friends, but I had to cut ties with her as far as business because she don't like to pay. And then, so the story starts off with Sheree didn't pay this assistant. He veers off into another lane talking about how Sheree didn't want to pay one of his really good friends. So does she owe you money or does she owe your friend money? Because now the story's starting to get a little... Yeah, y'all need to clean up y'all story and whatever y'all gonna go with, y'all need to come back to us and let us know when y'all decide what the tea really is, okay? Because I really, you know, I really don't like Drew like that. I don't see it for Drew. I feel like, and I don't see it for this assistant because we know he messy and he like to kick up stuff just because. And Drew knows she needs to really keep it cute while talking about finances. Because, Drew, you the same girl that took your ass down to Lake Bailey without a $1,000 gift, but you wanted to take home a $1,000 gift. We're going to need you to keep it real, real cute when you coming for Sheree. So, in the midst of the mess, Sonya FaceTimes Drew, and she's like, hey, girl, you know, trying to be cute. Sonya is visibly upset. She is shaking. She just got into an accident where an 18-wheeler or tractor truck, I don't know what it was, but it was a big-ass truck. It sideswiped my girl and dragged her truck down the road. She's upset, and she's like, I don't know what to do. She was, like, in a panic. That really had me shook because I don't like stuff like that. That kind of stuff like that really just don't sit well in my spirit. I'm really glad that she's okay because, ooh, Lord, that could have gone somewhere else. But what I didn't understand about this situation was, why did y'all make Sonya call Drew? Y'all really trying to get us to like Drew, and I just, whatever. She could have called her mama, her daddy, her sister. She could have called a neighbor. Why she had to call Drew? That didn't make no sense. I do appreciate, though, that Drew was really warm to her and gave her a hug when she got to the scene of the crime. But if I go through something like that, I wouldn't want to call Drew. They're not really friends like that for real, for real. But anywho, y'all know y'all tried it. Anyways, we are at the tea party, and Kenya's there. She's waiting, and the people are late. Like, the people are really, really late. And it's like, I don't like that. I'll be late too. But I ain't like that because this is Brooklyn's party. Like, why is she waiting for y'all late ass people? Anywho, Sheree arrives first and her and Kenya start talking or whatever. And Kenya asks her, you know, girl, please don't mention nothing to Drew at the party. You know, we wanted to keep it cute. And so Sheree's like, okay, I won't. So side note, I spotted Sheree Buchanan in the background. Now that's Sheree's good girl right there. In one of my videos, I think from like last year when they was looking for people to cast on Atlanta and they was speculating who was going to be on there, that was one of the people that I said y'all should cast. Sheree Buchanan, I said Tamika Foster Raymond, and then Ebony Electra. Those was my picks. So I was real happy to see Sheree in the mix. I think she was there with her granddaughter. And hey Sheree girl, Sheree, bring her onto the show. Bring your people on the show, Sheree. Cause we don't want to be dealing with characters like Drew for much longer. But anyways, Don't listen to me. So the girls start arriving, and Kenya goes to grab Brooklyn so that she can make her entrance. And so it's like, drum roll, we're waiting for Brooklyn to appear, and Kandi appears with Ace and Blaze. And I was like, ooh, Kandi girl, that was a little tacky. She didn't know though what was going on. She was oblivious. She's like, why everybody looking at us? And they were like, Brooklyn about to come through, girl. So she like scurries along the way, and you know, and it was really cute. Brooklyn is like such a doll. She's so adorable. We love little Brooklyn. You know, we are very happy that you are here, Brooklyn. We really are. So as everyone is taking their seat, Kenya hands everyone a little card, and she asks everyone to write some tea down on the guests, you know, that are there. Whatever you know, child, spill it on this piece of paper. And you told Sheree not to confront Drew, but you gonna tell these girls to spill some shady tea on each other. You know you tried it, Kenya, girl. You know you tried it. Anyways, there was like this little cute scene between Brooklyn and Marlo, and I thought that was just so sweet. You know, if you pay attention to Marlo loves those kids, and kids really like Marlo, like they really do. She was the same way with Portia's baby. She, like, the children love Marlo. But she was telling Brooklyn, this is the proper way to sip tea. Don't put your pinky in the air, because that's the ghetto way. And I was just like, that was cute. I like that. I like that they had that little moment, because it was Brooklyn's birthday party. Everybody else, Drew, goofy ass, she was more concerned about her dress and her fascinator and color. She wouldn't, like, Marlo was the only one that I saw interacting with the birthday girl. So yeah. Now, you know, Kenya, she gonna produce a scene if she don't do nothing else. So she starts playing little trivia games about questions about Brooklyn. I think what's our girl name? Marlo. So Marlo was the only one getting some of the answers right. You know, I get she had people there that don't know that baby, but whatever. It was cute. It was a cute little moment. So she decides to, you know, let's start this game of the shady tea. And she was like, well, it's a tea party, so we're going to spill some tea. I like that idea. I did. But, you know, it kind of went left with this bunch right here. So the first person, I think, was Kandi. She pulled the card, and she was like, Kandi slobbed the knob in the locker room. And she was like, who said that? And it started to turn into a who said that. That was corny, but whatever. And I don't know who said it. It might have been a shady producer. Sheree said she didn't say it, but if I had to take a wild guess, I feel like it was Sheree, because Sheree was annoyed with Kandi for playing around with Drew. That's just what I think. But Sheree said she ain't do it. So if she said she ain't do it, she ain't do it, child. So Kenya reads the question shading the archive, and Marlo sets the record straight. None of y'all tried to order nothing from the archive, because we don't do it like that. That's not how my business runs. So y'all tried it. Next question. So we get to the main event. Kenya reads the next question, or the next T, and it says, someone here doesn't pay their assistants. So Drew Messy Self is really proud of this raggedy tea that she's trying to spill, and it's just giving lame. She goes into talking about the assistant. I'm not even gonna say his name. He ain't getting no acknowledgement. The assistant showed her emails and texts and receipts and this and that and that and that about Sheree, and it's just like, girl, you don't have nothing else to do. What do you have an assistant for? Like, the assistant is there, and you are encouraging him to keep bringing you tea about Sheree. Is that what you pay him for? I'm confused. I don't understand. She's so proud of this. Like, I heard. Ew, like, I don't like her. So she and Sheree and Goofy Drew, they just going back and forth, back and forth. And y'all know I love Sheree. I really do. I low-key was annoyed with her. Like, why are you even giving this girl any energy? Like, I would have just let her know, like, girl, you are irrelevant to my life. I don't know you. And I don't owe you no explanation about who I paid and who I did not pay. And when Sheree is even trying to explain the situation, Drew keeps over-talking her. She keeps saying little slick stuff. And see, I don't like that. Like, the assistant you had last year, he didn't embarrass you enough. Where you keep finding these raggedy assistants at? Anyways, as she's proceeding to just keep going on and on and on and on, so Sheree's homegirl, Fatum, she decides to tag herself in and step on Miss Drew's brakes. And she drops the bomb like, oh yeah, he's been telling you stuff about Sheree. Well, he's been telling Sheree stuff about you and your husband. And he also said that your husband is gay. And Drew's face changed like, and that was my favorite moment of the night. See, while you was plotting and planning on Sheree, girl, you didn't know that your assistant was plotting and planning on you and your intelligence and how gullible and dumb you are. Like, girl, she was stuck. Like, she couldn't believe that's what the girl was saying. She was trying to shut her down. She was looking to the producers for help. She needed a life jacket. She needed some help. She was like, what? You could see her visibly drowning. She could not believe that Fatum clocked her like that. She was like, what? So what we're not going to do is you're not going to talk about my husband. Girl, don't nobody revere your husband but you. Okay, no one has to. We don't care about your husband, girl. Don't nobody care about your husband. And no one is afraid of you. You saying stuff like that, girl, you're not Portia. We ain't even afraid of her. I ain't like all of that. We're not going to do. Like, you're not going to tell nobody what they're not going to do. That's a grown woman. That's an African woman there. You don't scare her. Please have several seats. So while this is going on, one of Kenya's friends that I don't think she was mic'd. I really don't think she was mic'd. I feel like Marlo Dem's mic was picking up her audio. I could be wrong, but I don't think she was. She's stumped. She jumps up for her 15 minutes of fame. And she's like, this is a children's party. I don't like this. My child is here. And she's like going back and forth, making sure the camera is catching her. And it's just like, ma'am, if you're so offended that these women are raising their voices at each other, simply locate your child, grab your coat, grab your keys, your tacky ass jacket that you had on, grab that, your kid, your keys, and exit. You could have just slid right up out of there. But you wanted to be seen. You wanted to be heard. You wanted to have your moment. And you knew you was going to cut up like that. You planned. You was waiting for the right moment and you had your moment. But girl, if you knew you was going to come to the people party and do all of that, girl, you should have been dressed right. You should have been dressed so that when you had your meltdown, we would have been like, oh, we like her. She's cute. But you failed. You were a flop. Kenya, don't invite that heifer to nobody's birthday party next season because my kid, Marlo was me. Marlo was like, girl, your kid ain't even over here, girl. Please stop. And she was like, Kenya, next time don't invite your white friends because they don't get it. While sitting next to this other white lady and her child on her lap, sitting there comfortably, she's enjoying the mess. She ain't had no complaints. Homegirl, I don't remember her name. She ain't getting no credit no way anyways. Homegirl with the ugly jacket, with the fringe. She tried it. How you go? Girl, you know what you can't come to no more parties, girl. You can't come to no more parties. Goodbye. So after Kenya escorts Karen out and calms her down, she comes back to the table and she microphone checks Drew, and I was here for all of it. And she lets her know, like, girl, first of all, you were really rude to this lady right here, Fatum, because she was just trying to explain to you while you sitting up here running around with the tea that he fed you on Sheree, he's also feeding Sheree tea about you. Oh, what? I didn't catch that. And then, no, she gonna tell Kandi, oh, okay, I received what you guys are saying, and I'm gonna put him on probation. And Kandi was like, probation? Did you hear what he said about your husband? No. So now magically you didn't hear that she said that Anthony told her. So magically now you didn't hear what she said. You didn't hear that she told you the assistant told Sheree this about your husband. Everybody was on Drew's head at that table and she felt dumb. She felt silly and stupid. So after Kenya escorts her homegirl Karen out of the party and, calms that situation down, back at the table, Sheree is calling Drew a dizzy bitch, which she is. And she comes back to the table and lets Drew have it, her and Kandi. And she was like, now you were very rude and you tried to discredit what Fatima was telling you, that you hopped all over the point that this guy is feeding you information on Sheree, but he's also feeding Sheree information on you and your husband. And so she tells Kandi, oh, well, I received what you guys are saying, and he's going to be on probation. And Kandi was like, probation? Did you not hear what she said about your husband? And so she was like, what? Nah, so magically now, Bubble Brain Drew, she ain't catch what the lady said. You didn't hear her say he told Sheree and your husband was yada, yada, yada. You didn't hear that? You felt stupid in the moment and you were drowning. You needed assistance. And she just looked dumb. She just looked so stupid. I just can't take Bubblehead Drew. I just can't take her. All the ladies are chiming in and I know she felt dumb. I know she felt dumb, but she couldn't break character. She was still performing. Kenya is like, okay, you know what? I don't think this was a good idea. And Kandi was like, yeah, this wasn't a good idea for no kid's birthday party in the first place. So they just wrapped that on up. As they're leaving, people are taking pictures or whatever. And so Marlo tries to smooth things over. And she was like, me and Kenya, we have our back and forths, but we still have love for each other. We still kick it, whatever. And Drew tries to say, so are you guys not going to acknowledge that Sheree was wrong for not letting me know what the assistant said about my husband? You guys think that I should have told her what he said, but she also didn't tell me what he said about my husband. And I just think that her finances are not that big of a deal, but my husband is like, that's taking it too far. I'm not gonna be able to do Drew too much longer. I just can't take her. I really can't take her. How you switch that around on Sheree? Girl, you've been parading around there like you had Willy Wonka's golden ticket because you had this little bit of information on Sheree talking about so she don't pay her assistants. She don't pay her assistants. You were so proud to wave that around. And now that you feeling stupid, now it's Sheree's fault because Sheree should have called you and told you what he said. But see, bitch, if you had closed your mouth and listened, Sheree was explaining, I didn't want to hire him or bring him on as an assistant because every time we got together, he's gossiping about my friend group. He's gossiping about you ladies. So I did not take him seriously and allow him to be my assistant. But he found a sucker, which is you, and you brought him in. And now it bit you in your ass because he talking about your husband is gay. Sheree, she don't even care about Drew because she's like, I don't even know that girl, whatever. But Kandi, I got a problem with you. Because she said earlier in the episode, Kandi don't like when people be talking about her. She don't like when the streets say nothing about her. But she's sitting up here spreading information and she don't even let me know. She didn't bring the bone back to me. You want to be bone carrier, but you didn't carry the bone back to me? And of course, Kandi's explanation is she was trying to give Drew a chance to, tell on herself. No, Kandi, you were being messy for the show. Just admit it. Just be like, girl, I don't owe you nothing because you didn't talk about me or you didn't listen to people talk about me. But I do feel like Sheree has a point because she's like, I've known you the longest. Y'all been on this show since season 2 together. So I do feel like you probably could have let Sheree know. Obviously, you were going to tell Kenya because that's the person you're the closest to. But you could have let Sheree know, like, oh, girl, this girl going around telling everybody your tea. But I mean, at the same time, None of y'all are innocent. Because I feel like Kandi done told you some tea before and you spread it. Ooh, let's not go back to season 9. Anywho, none of y'all are innocent, but I understood where Sheree was coming from. It was like, girl, we've been here since season 2 together. Well, Sheree been here since season 1. But you and I have had this connection since season 2. How you gonna how you gonna do me like that over this new bitch that we don't even know, who shouldn't even be here? She only here by default. And I'm kind of siding with Sheree on that one. And Kandi like, you mad at me? Now, Kandi, if it was you, you would be mad at her too. You would. So let's not do that, Kandi. Let's not do that. You know you was being messy for the show, and we'll allow it because we like mess. But girl, don't act all innocent, because you're not. Drew really tried to act like she was wronged by Sheree. Like, girl, she was like, my husband. Girl, we do not care about your husband. Nobody cares about your husband. You are the only one that cares about your husband. I promise you, we don't care. We do not care. That's what you get when you lay down with dogs, you get up with fleas. You got in bed with the whack-ass assistant, and this is the result. That is your problem. Nobody cares. We do not feel bad. Nobody feels bad for you. Nobody. None of us. We don't. We don't care. We do not care. So homegirl tries Sheree once again, and she almost got snatched. She almost got snatched up. Monyetta had to get between them and try to be cute and keep them apart. And it was like, girl, you really playing with fire. You really are. Because Sheree, you don't want it with her. You don't want it with her. Kandi and Kenya both was like, Kandi was like, girl, Sheree got a mean right hook. And she was like, I got to mean everything. We don't believe you, Drew. We do not believe you. Drew, you are a whole character. We do not believe you. Ain't nobody scared of you. But maybe you should be scared of Sheree. You better quit playing with her. Because when that vein start poking out of her neck, she ain't nothing to play with. And Kenya even had to let her know, like, she had to literally move Drew back and was like, girl, you playing around, this gonna get you a beat down. Like, nobody was on your side, Drew. Nobody was on your side. You just sat up there looking foolish like you always do, girl. Get it together. Because, anyways, that's pretty much all that happened. It seems like it's about to spice up a little bit next week. But, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.